and to this day can't straighten her arm. And yet, as I say, I'm not going to argue for liberalized access to steroids by children, but for the school system to say it's very troubled about steroids in the schools because it didn't want any permanent harm to come to her, and just to allow her to compete in this sport is to allow her to make a choice, or her parents to make a choice. But forget children. Athletes make all sorts of decisions to expose themselves to phenomenal harm by playing these sports. Why is it if it's no one's business whether Walter Payton or anyone else wants to go out and get his head handed to him 20 times on a Sunday afternoon, if that's nobody's business, why is it their business whether he wants to add marginally to that risk by taking a pill that doesn't come close in the amount of harm that it causes? Some people try to say, well, it's not really paternalistic, we're just trying to protect others. Sports Illustrated loves to run these articles about why the rate of disability in professional football is due to the bigger, faster, stronger players. And it's undoubtedly true. I have no reason to doubt that. But if that's the case, and I believe it to be the case, then the solution would be to ban bigger, faster, stronger players. That is, most of them are bigger, stronger, and faster for reasons that have nothing to do with steroids, because most of them are not taking steroids. Very few these days are. So if the real claim is that we have to ban steroids because it creates these lethal weapons, then let's ban the lethal weapons. Lawrence Taylor took a lot of drugs. I don't have any reason to think that steroids were among them, and he was lethal. Or nearly. I don't know that he ever killed anybody, but he tried to, and came very close. So if that's the claim, then we should have pee-wee football. That is, the NFL should be, it would be a simple rule to have a weight cap. That is, each team can only weigh 3 tons on the average, or whatever the safety factor would be. Of course, again, this would be economically a non-starter. Finally, if the league was really concerned about the health of its athletes, it would be screening them for alcohol and tobacco, not for steroids. These are substances that we know have a 100-fold higher rate of death and permanent disability, physical harm, compared to steroids. So the claim that we're just protecting athletes from harm is also, it seems to me, disingenuous, hypocritical, and not coherent. The third claim, made mostly by Tom Murray, is that steroids are coercive. This is just simply the misuse of the word. To conjure up a bad word to win an argument is not to make an argument. That is, coercion, in the dictionary that I have, means the use or threat of force, physical force. I know of no instances of that. I don't know a single instance ever of any athlete being threatened with force if they didn't use steroids or the use of force. Entirely voluntary activity. I have never seen even a claim that anyone is coercing anybody to use them. Or coercion can involve the threat of depriving somebody of something to which they're entitled. That is, if somebody is starving in Uganda, and you say to them, I'll give you food